Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In this video are the Bookies final Premier League predictions. What are the bookmakers expecting on the final day? If you're new here, my name is Andy Final. Like this video and subscribe to the channel and comment your thoughts at the comment section. Without wasting much of your time, let's get started. First game is at the Amex Stadium. It's between Brighton versus Manchester United. Looking at their form going to this game, Brighton in their last 5 Premier League games, they've won 2, lost 2 and drew 1. Manchester United also, their form in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've won 4 and drew 1. So going to this game, the bookies have predicted giving Brighton 50.1% chance of winning this game against Manchester United, and they gave Manchester United 26.6% chance of winning this game against Brighton and 23.3% chance of this game ending in a draw. So if you look at it percentage wise, the bookies are tipping Brighton to get a win against Manchester United on the final day. Moving on to the next game at the 12th mall is between Burnley versus Wolves. And if you look at their form, Burnley in their last 5 games, they've lost 4 and drew 1. Talking about Wolves, they've also lost 3 and drew 2 in their last 5 games in the Premier League, despite both teams has been relegated to the Championship. Looking at the bookies' prediction for this game, they gave Burnley 39.2% chance of winning this game against Wolves, and they gave Wolves 34.8% chance of winning this game against Burnley at away. And if you look at their predictions, to 26% chance of this game ending in a draw. So the bookies are tipping Burnley to get a home win against Wolves, but 26% chance of this game ending in a draw. But moving on to the next game will be at the Selhurst Park. That's between Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. And well, if you look at their form going into this game, Crystal Palace in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've lost 3 and drew 2. Talking about Arsenal in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've lost 1 and they've won 4 of their last 5 games in the Premier League. If you look at your bookies' prediction for this game, they gave Crystal Palace 13.0 chance of winning this game against Aston, and they gave Arsenal 65.2% chance of winning this game against Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park, and 21.8% chance of this game ending in a draw. So if you look at it, it seems the bookies have tipped Arsenal to get a win over Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park, and the possibility of this game ending in a draw is 21.8% chance. Moving on to the next game too will be at the Craven Cottage. That's between Fulham versus Newcastle United. And if you look at their form going to this game, Fulham in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've won 1, lose 2 and drew 2. Talking about Newcastle United in the last 5 games in the Premier League, they've lost 2, win 2 and drew 1. And look at the bookies' prediction going to this game. They gave Fulham 34.9% chance of winning this game against Newcastle United at the Craven Cottage, and they gave Newcastle United 40.9% chance of winning this game against Fulham and 24.2% chance of this game ending in a draw. So if you look at this fixture, it seems the bookies are tipping Newcastle to get a win against Fulham at the Craven Cottage. Moving on to the next game too is at Anfield. That's between Liverpool versus Brentford. If you look at their form, Liverpool in their last 5 Premier League games, they've won 2, lost 2 and drew 1. Talking about Brentford in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've lost 2, win 1 and drew 2. And if you look at the bookies' prediction for this game, they gave Liverpool 53.1% chance of winning this game against Brentford, and they gave Brentford 22.9% chance of winning this game against Liverpool and 24% chance of this game end in a draw. So if you look at the bookies' prediction for this game, they are giving Liverpool a win over Brentford on the last day. Moving on to one of the most important games coming up in Gameweek 38, the final day. It will be at the Etihad Stadium. That's between Manchester City versus Aston Villa. If you look at their form going into this game, Man City in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've won 3 and drew 2. Talking about Aston Villa too, in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've won 2, lost 2 and drew 1. And looking at Bookies' prediction going into this game, they gave Manchester City 59% chance of winning this game against Aston Villa and 19.6% chance for Aston Villa to also get a win against Manchester City, and 21.4% chance of this game ending in a draw at the Etihad Stadium. So if you look at the Bookies' prediction, they are predicting Manchester City to get the 3 maximum points against Aston Villa on the final day. Moving on to the next game too will be at the City Ground. That's between Nottingham Forest versus AFC Bournemouth. Looking at their form going to this game, Nottingham Forest in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've won 3, lost 1 and drew 1. Talking about AFC Bournemouth, in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've won 4 and drew 2. Looking at the Bookies' prediction for this game coming up in the last day of game 38, the Bookies are predicting they gave Nottingham Forest 39.5% chance of winning this game against AFC Bournemouth. They gave AFC Bournemouth 34% chance of winning this game against Nottingham Forest and 26.5% chance of this game ending in a draw. So if you look at their prediction, they are tipping Nottingham Forest to get a home win against AFC Bournemouth. Despite Bournemouth are unbeaten in their last 10 games in the Premier League, the Bookies are tipping Nottingham Forest to get a win over AFC Bournemouth on the final day, and the possibility of this game ending in a draw is 26.5% chance. Alright, moving on to the next game too is at the Stadium of Light. That's between Sunderland versus Chelsea. Looking at their form going into this game, Sunderland in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've lost 2, drew 2 and won 1. Looking at Chelsea in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've lost 3 and drew 2. Looking at their Bookies' prediction going into this game on Sunday, the final day, they gave Sunderland 27.2% chance of winning this game against Chelsea, and they gave Chelsea 47.9% chance of winning this game against Sunderland on the final day, and 24.9% chance of this game ending in a draw. The Bookies are tipping them to get a win on the final day against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. Moving on to the next game to be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is between Tottenham Hotspur versus Everton. Looking at their form going to this game, Tottenham in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've won 2 and drew 3. Talking about Everton in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've lost 3 and drew 2. Looking at the Bookies' prediction for this game coming up in game 38, the Bookies are tipping giving Tottenham Hotspur 43.5% chance of winning this game against Everton. They gave Everton 29.7% chance of winning this game against Tottenham Hotspur and 26.8% chance of this game ending in a draw. So if you look at their final game, the Bookies are tipping Tottenham Hotspur to get a home win against Everton on the final day. Alright, moving on to the final game in game 38, that will be at the London Stadium, is between West Ham United versus Leeds United. Looking at their form, West Ham in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they've drew 1, won 1 and lost 3. Talking about Leeds United in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they won 3 and drew 2. Looking at the Bookies' prediction for this game, they gave West Ham United 38.7% chance of winning this game against Leeds United, and they gave Leeds United 34% chance of winning this game against West Ham United at the London Stadium, a 26.5% chance of this game ending in a draw. These are the Bookies' prediction for game week 38, which is the final game week for 2025-26 Premier League season. So based on these predictions, it seems the Bookies are tipping Arsenal to be crowned the Premier League champions, despite they've tipped Manchester City to get a win against Aston Villa, tipping Arsenal to also get a win against Crystal Palace. That will make Arsenal champions for the 2025-26 Premier League season. My name is Andy Final. It was nice doing this video with you. Please like this video and comment your thoughts at the comment section. I'll be there to interact with you. Till we meet in another video. Bye bye for now.